All right. Well, welcome back to another episode of Just an Introvert podcast. As always, I'm Abbie.
And I'm Amy.
Thanks for tuning in once again. We are continuing on with our interview, our summer series, we're calling it. And our next guest, I'm going to let Amy take it away and introduce who we're talking to today.
All right. We are interviewing today my daughter, Rylie.
Hi, guys.
So Rylie is 21. She'll be 22 in September. In fact, Rylie and Abbie have the same birthday. And Rylie, tell us what the day is.
9/11, best birthday ever.
9/11. So
Woohoo.
what are the odds? But yes,
Right.
they are 7 years apart, I think.
I think
7
so.
years
Yeah.
apart.
Yep.
So we thought we would have Rylie on to talk about introvert and extrovert because we'll hear what she has to say when we interview her.
I'm
Right.
happy to be on, so looking forward.
Anything else you wanted to say about yourself? I just kind of said you're my daughter, but
I mean, not really. I'm sure we'll get into more stuff as we ask questions.
okay, sounds good.
Cool. Perfect. All right. So I will be taking over both the icebreaker and would you rather. So we'll start with our icebreaker. What was your first and or favorite concert you've ever attended?
Oh. I'm gonna go with favorite, I think.
Mhm.
My first one was like, I didn't know the band super well, but my favorite was probably the band is called Less Than Jake, and it's a ska band. So there's like horns and stuff too. And they're not necessarily my favorite band, but it was such an intimate setting. Don't get me wrong, I really like the band, but it's like Adam's favorite band, so I went with him, my boyfriend. But it was such like a small setting, and we got to get super close to the band, and they were like interacting with us, and like the bass player threw his pick at the end, and I caught it, and so like it was just a really fun environment. So
That's cool.
that's my favorite. But
So my first, I don't really remember my first. Now I do remember, I think I talked about this on an episode, going to see Russ Taff with youth group and kind of ghosting him.
Probably most awkward concert. That's
Creating
where that would
some
land.
awkwardness there. But probably my favorite one was U2, and I went with my brother, your dad, Kirk. It was I really haven't gone to many concerts in my life. I enjoy them, but I just don't usually like to spend tons of money on them. So I haven't really been to many, but that was like probably the biggest one I've been to, and it was just incredible experience. So
yeah,
Cool.
that's you and I are different there because I have like 3 lined up in the
yeah,
next couple
same.
months.
Yep. I was just gonna say the same thing. She's very different from me in that sense, but
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. Fun. All right. So for the would you rather, okay. Would you rather wait in line at the grocery store while your mom goes and grabs something last minute, like, oh, stand here real quick, I'm gonna go grab, or
Oh.
or have to make awkward small talk with your friend's parents when you're at their house and your friend leaves the room?
It's like the worst.
those are
Um, Probably the small talk because I can get through small talk with parents, and I just have PTSD from being in the store and my mom being like, "Oh, I just forgot something really quick." It feels like they start scanning faster once your mom.
Oh, totally.
Like, I don't know why in my head I thought like something bad was gonna happen if they went to me, but
and I don't know why I did that to her, because when I was little, the fear and panic when my mom did that to me was horrible. And
Yes.
so I think I would be with Rylie, even though small talk is painful. I was the other one's just too scary, too much to go through. I can't handle it.
especially as a
It
kid.
is.
And it feels like
Yes.
he's gone for so long, and you're like, "Oh my gosh."
Yes. I know. And it's like, same thing. Anytime that would happen to me, I'm like, I'm gonna be in trouble. And they're gonna think I stole this credit card, even though the cashier is watching your mom
Yeah.
stand with you and
Like-
walk away. In your brain, you're like, I'm going to jail. Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know what I thought would happen. Like I would have to pay for it, or like
Right.
I don't know. Like I just
Yeah.
That was a good one.
that was yeah.
Cool. Cool. I know. I'm like, because I don't usually do the would you rathers. I'm like, I gotta make them good, pressure's
Hey,
on.
usually I help my
Correct.
mom come up with
Yes,
a little
I always
bit.
test my would you rather
Sounding board. Yep.
My family.
That's awesome. Oh, all right, Rylie. So tell us, are you an introvert or an extrovert?
That question is kind of hard because I now more say I'm an ambivert, which I don't know if you guys have discussed ambiverts.
No, we haven't talked about
Not
it
really,
really on our
huh?
podcast
So
yet. No.
it's kind of like having traits of both sides. So and I'm sure you're gonna ask, but like when I was younger, I was definitely more outgoing and extroverted, and like all the time I'd love being out in groups or going out and doing stuff. And as I've gotten older, I've learned to appreciate having time to myself to regain and like I can still be extroverted really easily and like talk to people if I need to, but I think I've found more of a balance as I've gotten older. So it kind of just depends on the situation in my
Right.
opinion.
Right. Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say the next question was how has that changed over time? When do you feel like that? When did you feel like you started to notice that change?
I think through high school, somewhat. I mean, in high school, I still went out with friends a lot, but I do think kind of COVID influenced it too, because I literally had to be in quarantine for like so long that I
Yeah.
learned to appreciate having the time to myself and like not having to be around people all the time, I guess, to
Yeah.
recharge.
Well, and there are some things that happened in our church prior to COVID that, you know, people moved away, friend groups kind of fell apart. And I think that was maybe kind of the start of
That
some of it.
that's kind of true too.
And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
but then COVID happened. So it just was
Right.
like one wave of
Well,
stuff.
and when I got to college, it became a lot harder to make friends. Like, I mean, I wasn't doing myself favors by like actively seeking out people, but like high school, you're in the same classes with people all the time and you're around them all the time. College is just kind of you meet new people all the time. So I think when I had more of a consistent friend group that I saw 7 days a week, it was easier to be
Yeah.
more outgoing and stuff like that. But
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Cool. I know. I was realizing we haven't talked about the amnivore. I always want to say omnivore. I have the hardest time saying amnivore. Yeah, I'm always
ambivert.
like stumbling over it. So I'm
Well,
like,
and I don't
you're an
even know if
omnivore.
it's like a technical like
I think it is. I've definitely heard it frequently enough because I feel like even though Randall always tests on the extrovert side, I feel like he could be pretty close to a amnivert himself.
I think if introverts like one side of the spectrum, extroverts the other, I definitely fall more towards the extrovert side, but I've definitely gone more towards the middle as I got
Right.
older. So
So less of like switching from one to the other and more just like shifting over to the center of that spectrum.
yep.
Yeah. Cool. When did you learn like what introverts, extroverts were? Were you aware of that? Tell me about that.
When you guys made this podcast. um
Perfect plug though.
yeah, right.
Solved all your problems.
I actually don't like remember a specific age, but I just know that my mom started calling herself an introvert when I was younger, and I heard a little bit about it, and then I know that she would always say that like my dad and I are extroverts, and so even though I didn't fully like grasp what the whole thing meant, I kind of just understood that introverts are more keep to themselves, extroverts are more outgoing and can talk to people and stuff like that. So I don't know an exact age, but I've known for a while at least in my
You
mom.
probably would you say you grew up like with that terminology? You're pretty familiar with it. It wasn't like this new, like, oh, we learned
yeah.
about this thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. And then do you feel, I was just thinking, because you and your dad are extroverted and your mom and brother are more introverted. Like, did you feel like that was part of it, is just having almost like the split of, seeing the differences comparatively?
Yeah. Like even before I fully knew like what the terms meant necessarily, I like felt more of a I felt like I related more to my dad in the sense that I could um like make small talk with anyone or approach anyone when needed, that kind of thing. And I could definitely tell that my mom was a little more I don't know if reserved is a good word, but like a little more kept to herself than my dad was. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Rylie always, if Niles is doing something, Rylie was the first to be like, game for it. Let's do it. Let's go. And they were just two peas in a pod in that sense. So
Yeah. Oh, cool. nice to have that, you know, something to look at and see, see the
Oh, yeah.
similarities. That's cool.
Definitely.
We kind of went over like 3 questions in one. So we'll skip ahead to with your relationship with your mom. What do you love about her being an introvert?
She is a really good listener. I could talk for like a really long time and she'll listen to what I have to say because I know I can yap sometimes for too long, but
And I love listening.
Yep.
But yeah, and like I can just go, like I can go to the movies with my mom or do stuff that like more outgoing people might want to go out and like do stuff with a big group. But my mom, I could just do stuff with her and I, and it's like it
Yeah.
goes well. So
Yes.
Definitely. Cool. And what about some challenges either now or like growing up, just having those differences?
That's kind of hard. I off the top of my head, I can't think of anything that stood out that's like, oh, my mom's an introvert, so this, I just kind of always grew up knowing that she preferred talking to like certain people over like people she didn't know as well, I guess. Or like yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of a specific like challenge. She always adapted pretty well. Like even if I was making friends and stuff, I know it would be uncomfortable for you, but you would go out of your way to talk to people. So I do appreciate that.
Well, and I was just thinking about when the kids were little, I would put myself in more social situations because of them. I wanted them to be involved in something. So for them, I would become maybe more of an outgoing person, talk to people more than I would normally. And I notice now that they're older and not in those things anymore, I have retreated back. And I just think it's funny that you do what you need to do for your kids. And now that that's not really needed, I don't really have to set up play dates. I don't have to be involved in, VBS and help out and get to know the parents. And at elementary school, like the field trips, I got to know some moms, because our kids are, together, but now that doesn't happen. And I just was like, okay, now I'm quiet again.
Well, one thing about like one reason I didn't notice her introversion quite as much when I was like, I don't even know if that's, I could just be making up words, but
no, that's fine. I think that's a word.
We all think it is, so keep going.
There you go. I'll just gaslight myself into saying it's a real word. But we go to a smaller church, so like everyone kind of knows everyone. So I didn't really have many moments where like my mom wouldn't talk to someone in church because it's a small community, we all know each other. So I think if we went to like a bigger church or place with more people you don't know as well, I think it would have stood out a little more. But I think since I've grown up knowing a lot of the same people in church, my mom was able to interact with them fine. And
no, it definitely made it more comfortable. But even when Rylie started, I started doing things with her and doing play dates or whatnot, I noticed she was just like, Niall, let's go, let's do this. So I had to kind of brace myself. Okay, I need to be the kind of parent that supports that and isn't like, oh no, I just want to stay home type of thing. And you're probably experiencing this now because you have littles, but being somewhere and them going up to someone and you're like, oh, okay, guess we'll talk, guess we'll interact. And you can't you got to be a good role model for your kids. And so you just have to shove down the awkwardness and just do it. But I did notice, she would go up to people, when she was young. Hi, I'm Rylie and I'm this age. And I'm just like, okay, great, here we go.
I was just going to say, I was trying to think, I've heard so many of them, but a great like extrovert Rylie story when you were just like, oh no. I have one that I remember, I think this was you guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but you had like gone into a store, they come up and they're like, oh, is there anything I can help you find? And you always just say like, no, I'm good. But you were going for something and Rylie was like, no, my mom's looking for blah, blah, blah. We're like,
that sounds like something
I do not doubt that happened. And then you're just like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess I am. I'm like, oh, I better not tell her.
Right.
See, and now
so much anymore.
Now I'm the person that if a store employee comes up to me, I'm just like, no, just looking.
That's funny because I could totally picture Rylie doing it.
It sounds like something.
I feel like that was something that happened. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Oh, all right. What other ways does introversion, extroversion, amniversion, whatever, making up words, here we go, affect your guys' relationship? And I guess you can both answer this one if you want.
Um, well, we both hate phone calls. I know that doesn't really affect our relationship, but I
But
think
good
mine
point.
is more of a generational thing because I'm used to more of like texting and that I absolutely despise phone calls and we relate over that. But I like that like I can just come up to my mom's room or something and we just hang out and like gossip and just like I don't know a good way like spend alone time but like together, but we're comfortable enough that
Yeah.
it feels like we're recharging still, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we don't always have to be like, okay, let's play a game. Let's
Yeah.
watch this together. We'll get dinner and she'll be in the other room watching her thing. I'll watch my room thing in the other room. And but like we're eating, we're being together, but not.
Yes.
Yeah. Like today we grabbed or my mom grabbed me, we both got lunch and yeah, we just were like, okay, and went to separate rooms and watched our own things and had a great time.
It was
Yep.
perfect.
I think it's nice that we can be around each other and it doesn't feel draining at all. Like
Yeah.
we just it's just natural.
And even though Rylie is not quite feeling as extroverted as she used to, I know I can be in a situation like when I go to the school dances and DJ and bring her with me, she has my back. She'll take the microphone if I need to, and I know she can pull it out. I'm not like putting her in an awkward situation. So that helps me because it's not very natural for me. I mean, I'm doing it, I'm learning it, but it's not an issue for her. So that helps me relax a little bit so that I think we'd have kind of both sides of the coin and it's really nice. So
safe space, it sounds like. I feel like that's such a high compliment from an introvert is like, I can just be around you and I don't have to do anything and I don't have to like perform or I just like, hey, let's sit in the same room and both be on our phones, but together.
Yeah.
But we're still bonding. So we're in the same room.
Totally.
So.
Yes. Yes.
And then the things randomly pop in your head and you're like, oh, short conversation. Okay, back to nothing. So
yeah. Or look at this reel.
Oh my gosh.
We
or
send
the
a lot of memes to each other.
Yes.
I was gonna say, if you're in the same room, do you stand up and bring your phone to the other person or do you just send it?
Depends how far apart we are.
And sometimes, I don't know about you, but sometimes I want to see the person's reaction while they're watching. So some I send, but some I'm like, okay, you got to watch that.
Yeah. It really does depend like how far, like if my mom's upstairs, like I'm just sending it to her.
No.
It's not worth going all the way.
Worth the steps.
But yeah.
Oh my gosh. I just done that to my dad the other day. We were in this like same room across the couch from each two different couches, but I was like, oh, this is hilarious, Dad. I have to show you. And he's like, did you seriously just send that to me? I was like, yeah, I'm not getting up. Do you want to get up? He's like, no. I'm like, okay, there we go. I sent it to you.
Exactly.
That's funny. I can relate to that. I appreciate that kind of relationship.
Yes. Nice. All right. Well, very cool. Thanks for sharing all that. And anything else you can think of, want to add, or random thoughts at the end?
Well, she's the best daughter in the world. It really is fun. It's now that she's older, we've kind of developed this friendship. Not that we weren't friendly before, but she's someone that I can go to the movies with, I can shop with, we can go to lunch, and we just have a lot of same interests in that way.
Yeah, and like I feel like sometimes we have conversations where it doesn't feel like a mom and daughter talking, like it feels like friends. Like it doesn't feel like a forced friendship. Like we actually enjoy spending time with each other and stuff. So
she's like my little broke best friend. Because and she's mom. I'm like, okay, I'll pay for it.
I gotta say, I love going shopping with my mom. I'll just be like, wouldn't this look so good on
it doesn't take much to get Amy to buy you stuff. No, I remember that as a kid. You're just like, oh, I would do like I really like that.
Right. So
works
funny
every time.
story. I remember being around Esther, your niece, my great niece. And I had bought these orange Tic Tacs and, I gave her one and then she really liked them and she kind of snuggled up to me. She goes, I really like those orange candies. And
And literally after we left, I was like, that is what I did as a kid. Like, I remember doing that, thinking I was so slick, like, nobody
Yeah.
catch on to what I'm doing.
Just casually throwing this out there. Oh my gosh, that's great.
so, and Riley's gotten me to love dogs. I mean, not that I didn't, but I was really apprehensive to get one.
Yeah.
And she's begged for years and years. And so when we finally did, then I realized, oh,
And now you're his favorite.
it's my baby.
Yeah. Yep.
But
Oh my gosh.
I'm
All
trying to
right.
think if there's anything else.
Huh?
Yeah.
Maybe next time when I guest in the future.
Okay. In the future episodes.
I'm just kidding.
In our Amnivert special episode.
Yeah, there we
Yes,
go.
You'll be our resident in
Our
resident.
expert.
Yep.
All right. So brings us to the end. What are your awkward moments of the week or month, year, summer?
So I was playing djembe at church. It's like a floor drum, but like you like drum like this.
Yeah.
And I looked down during a song and a button in a very precarious area on my shirt popped open. Like the button didn't come off, but like the shirt was just open.
Oh no.
And instantly I'm like, how long has that been open? How many people? So I
Also, if you're actively drumming with your hands, it's not like you can
like I had to
quickly
wait for a
fix
break in
it.
the song to fix it. So like I was trying to keep my arms together. And then people afterwards came up to me and they're like, oh, it's okay. I've had something similar happen to me before. I'm like, oh no, people definitely like notice.
That makes
People
it so much
definitely-
worse.
So yeah, that was my fun awkward moment.
I doubt anybody did notice.
No.
But it's you wonder how long it's
The worst thing is I don't know how long it was like that for. You know, like I don't know. I didn't
Like,
feel
when did that
breathed or anything. But, yeah, that's my fun.
So mine is so on Niles and I just celebrated our 28th anniversary on July 20th. So we just went out to eat and then we went to the mall. We hardly ever go to the mall, but they have these massage chairs. They used to be out in the middle, but now they're in this like store area. And he said, let's go do that, just like a 20-minute one. I'm like, okay, that sounds fun. So I'm getting my massage. It's just one where you're sitting up and your face is through the hole. And I could hear, I didn't see him when I walked in, but I could hear there was this older gentleman who was getting like a lay down one. And, first of all, he's kind of making these grunting noises, which, it's just kind of awkward, but whatever. And so then he gets up and he's kind of asking he's kind of just really loud. And then he comes over to pay, and I'm just hearing all this. My face is, I can't see anything because I'm getting my massage, and it's like right behind me, like the cash register, and I hear them say something about tip. He's like, no tip this time, and they were just trying to like tip, and they just kind of went back and forth, and it was so awkward. I couldn't do anything though. I'm just sitting there
You're
getting
literally
massage, and I'm
stuck.
like, just give him a tip. How long is this gonna go on? I almost wanted to get in my purse and be like, here, stop. So it was like awkward and I could not escape. And here I am trying to get a massage. I'm like, I'm supposed to relax, but I can't relax because the guy's not tipping.
Oh my gosh.
So
That is
that
hilarious.
was fun.
Oh, yikes. Yeah, that's.
I know you're hosting, but do you have an awkward moment at
Oh
all?
gosh.
It's okay if you
Let's think. I know. I'm like, I have mine for when I'm on the other end. But I'm trying to think. I feel like there was something like today with the kids. Gosh, now I'm trying to remember.
Well, I worked at a place where I like bartend, like just like pour drinks and stuff or whatever, and it's covered with like, I don't know if it's like plexiglass or something. There's just like little openings where I can give drinks and talk to the customers, but we have like a slushy machine in there, and the slushy machine is really loud, and so like you can't hear anything in there. So every time like I have to ask like, what did you like it when customers are like mumbling or like not talking loud, I just can't hear them at all, and I feel awkward asking over and over again like, what? Like not. Yeah.
And you can't just like get away with the like, oh yeah, smile and nod because you're like,
And
I
just
have
guess.
to hear
So
what
it
you're
basically reached the
saying.
point where I'm like bending kind of like through the hole with my ear just to like
Oh
hear
my
what they want to
gosh.
order. And I'm just like, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
fun.
The joys.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. All right. What about your recommendations? What you guys got for us?
I thought long and hard about this because it was too, first of all, I'm an overthinker of like everything. Like I was the whole day I was like, what am I gonna say for the podcast? And all that. But the fact that it can be anything is really intimidating because there's like there's so many things.
Too many choices.
But mine has to be traveling to Alaska or visiting Alaska at some point because it is genuinely one of my favorite places I've ever been. Like just the weather, I'm a biology person, so I love wildlife and all that, and the nature is just beautiful. So my recommendation is traveling to Alaska.
Love
Nice.
that.
Very cool.
So my recommendation is playing Yahtzee with your family.
Oh boy.
So I am not a game person. I don't really
Me
like
neither, to be honest. Like,
board games. When people
Yeah.
say, let's get together and play games, I
Yeah.
go, I don't like card games. I don't like complicated board games. I'm not competitive. I know so many people are like, oh, I'm so competitive. And I'm like, I am not.
and then they explain the game to you, and they're like, "Oh, we'll do a practice round for you," and it's like so embarrassing.
And I'm not an auditory learner. So like when they're going through it, anyway. But Yahtzee is one game I love. And so when we were on the cruise and I knew Alex wanted to play a game, and I said, well, let's do Yahtzee. And I'm telling you, we are not a game family, but we were playing
We played
a
Yahtzee
lot of
a lot.
Yahtzee, and we would be like, oh,
Literally, whenever we were bored, we'd be like,
yeah, you guys want to play Yahtzee? We were never like that. So so there are a couple games I do love, and that is one of them.
That's
So
okay.
I do like it because it kind of takes like minimal skill. I mean, I
Yeah.
know there's like some skill, but it's more about
It's
how the
luck.
dice land.
Yeah.
So, but
That's fun.
Anyway,
I haven't played Yahtzee in forever. Oh my
so next
gosh.
family gathering, if we want to Yahtzee,
Your family's gonna be like itching to be like, you
know,
want to play Yahtzee with us? Once we bring the Yahtzee stuff out.
right.
Oh my gosh. I love it. All right. Well, thank you again, Rylie, for,
Yeah.
giving of your precious time to come hang out, travel all the way to
I know.
to
I had to
Amy's.
walk like 2 rooms over.
It's true.
I was gonna say, did you have to do the
And,
stairs?
and
Because
the hair and makeup took forever.
It's a process.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate you guys having me.
Yes.
And yeah, I like talking to you guys anyways. So now there's
It's
just
true.
a microphone in the middle, but
Right.
Yeah.
More official. Cool.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again for listening. And we this will be one of 2 parts. Whichever one comes first is,
Yeah.
TBD.
Sorry, I have to apologize to our listeners. Last time we had a whole plan of when we released the episodes, and I was so proud. I got them all set up, and then I go on my vacation, and then Abbie texts, episode 2, or the episode that wasn't supposed to come out is out, and I'm like, what?
My mom was so distraught. I'm not even kidding. Like she kept talking about it. She's like,
And I felt so bad because I just happened, whatever time you set it to be, it was like 5 in the morning or something.
Yeah.
And Jane had woken up. What was it? I think, was it after the 4th of July? I don't remember when it was, but we were up late for some reason. She was in her regular clothes, not in her pajamas, fell asleep in the car. We'd put her to bed. And so at like 5 in the morning, she's screaming from her room. And I go, and I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, I'm not in my pajamas. And so I had to change her into her pajamas. I'm like, okay, I'm so glad we put jammies on for the last next hour of sleep.
That sounds like the most Jane thing ever.
It was so, I was like, and when she freaks out about stuff in the middle of the night, there is no changing her mind. You just have to, like, she will fixate. Like the other night, her room was messy, which I'm like, girl, that's your fault. She's like, my room's messy. I'm like, okay, lay down. I'm going to clean your room real quick so you go to sleep. Anyways, so I'd come back to bed and I like looked at my phone and I just happened to see. So then I texted you and I was like, I hope it didn't look like I'm, like anxiously awaiting in the moment it posts. I'm like, oh my gosh, you messed it up, which I'm like, I genuinely don't care. But it was surprising that it takes like a week to take it down. That was really weird.
Yeah, and it would have been faster. That's just what it said it could take.
Yeah.
And people were already downloading it, and I'm like, well, now I don't want to like then erase it, and
Right.
and I wasn't even at home at that point, so I just went, you know what, let's just
It
do
is
them
what
both.
it
But
is.
yeah, Rylie was right.
She
Because
was very like
because the order, when you look on it, it's the numbers are switched, and
my mom's very particular about very certain things. And
that was the thing that bugged me, and I couldn't change that. And I'm like, nobody cares, but here I am stressed about that. So anyway, all that to say, I we'll see if our plan
I
it
was
should
gonna
work
say,
this time.
Don't
there
put-
will be 2 parts.
just-
Whatever order they are.
just put
It's
Rylie
true.
as the title, and then
Okay, there you go.
all caps
All
Rylie.
caps.
But yes, this will be another 2-parter, and I'm looking
Yes.
forward to our next one as well.
Super secret guest.
Super
Yes,
secret.
I know. I bet you can't guess with our pattern. You're
There's
not
no
going to figure
theme.
out who it is.
Not at all.
All right. Well, thanks again, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.